I actually tried to do a project with
Mike.
I
was going to get into that.
Yeah.
After Tachycardia got,
I don't remember who decided we're splitting, but somehow we basically split, and there was one day, my son and Mike and him were in the back room working on stuff while we were working on our stuff.
We were in another room,
and
what we ended up working on was Following the Sun.
Yeah,
actually.
Was it?
Yeah, we got about a third of the song written in that day,
and
we would just sit there.
So we were competing. We were kind of competing against each other
in the same household.
If in case you don't know, if you're only getting into us like in the past year or so, we were a 3-piece originally.
Yeah,
and he was the bass player.
Our bass player and our producer.
And now he's our sound engineer, producer.
Yeah, I came in during the tail end of writing the song Terra Firma, which is still played.
Oh, really? That was you?
I mean, I came in probably 2 weeks before it was finished, playing bass for Mobius. So, I was writing songs, and honestly, it's interesting because me and Perry are actually very similar players.
Oh yeah,
we come from a lot of the same background.
We influence each other a lot.
Yeah, and moreover, we compete. We compete as players.
Yeah,
you do.
And I think that's beautiful.
I think it is.
At the time, I don't think it was that healthy, to be honest, because it was
it wasn't. It was.
I want to get my idea.
Go ahead.
I do know that we finished recording the album that shall not be named.
the trash can album.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We finished that in January of 2014.
And there were already a few ideas that
almost made on that.
Became these ideas that were floating around then.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing. The first song that's on Freefall was actually when we recorded the Trash Can album.
God, man, come on.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, it sounds bad. You guys want to hear it? It sounds terrible.
Well, I mean, we didn't know what we were doing either. So I'll be generous and say this.
No one knew what they were doing.
And, I mean, it honestly it ended up working out in a really neat way, because that's why I started messing around with mixing. Which this is totally a homegrown, do-it-yourself experience.
And then I actually quit Mobius.
Yeah, there was a bit of a falling out between these two.
We got into a fight.
Yeah, and then that was bad. And the thing was, I'd already talked to Jason, my other son, who was helping us tech. And I was like, you know what? This is just the way it's got to be, and I'll just have to accept it.
During the earliest iterations of doing music with these two, he's a pretty immature guy. So that definitely made some factors.
Yeah. Well, I have certain things I want on a performance. I have pet peeves.
Yeah,
and I think he broke every one of them.
Yeah, I had never performed before,
and I was like,
forget stuff. I would.
When it was time to pack up, he'd run off. Typical things that I would have done. And then we had a talk, and then I heard you say something, and I heard it different than what you were saying. And I took real big offense to it, and I just went off.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you, I quit. And that started a thing for me, which I won't get into.
And that's, it's interesting to see how things have really progressed. During that middle era, where me and Perry,
you guys talk about that. They still wrote Mobius music.
Yeah,
in fact, they were trying out drummers. And I told them to say, go ahead. I don't, you can have all my parts. You can have everything. I'm not gonna get in the way. And so that was around the end of middle. That was the summer of 2014.
Yeah.
And then you guys kept writing music, which I didn't know.
Do you think we have time? Which was actually an idea born during that era. where Perry showed me some riffs. And I started to come up with the drum and bass arrangement. Yeah. And we crafted the song all the way to the middle section.
How long were you guys working? And then
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
And then what happened?
And this is when shit gets weird.
Yeah, this is fuzzy for me because I wasn't involved in it.
I was talking to
you guys, Brother Thunder.
Like we were talking about doing a sludge band, and Travis like came in and he had just got a drum kit.
Yeah,
he was like, "I'll play drums for it." And then
now
we started.
We were still talking, right?
Yeah, we were still talking.
So I remember you were saying, you know, I hope we can still be friends. I'm like, oh, I've got no problem with you.
Yeah, we would still hang out and everything.
We'd hang out, drink beer, and watch videos. And,
during there was a sludge band born. Big Brother Thunder.
Right, there we are.
I'm not a drummer. It ended up in his hands as an actual drummer.
Yeah. Well, he asked. He said, "I think I'm going to fire Travis."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay. And he goes, well, and I was in a better space at this point.
And meanwhile, an important detail in the story.
Yeah, there's
Parkinson's.
Yeah. I wasn't really going to get into that, but
I mean,
it's kind of important.
I guess it was because that's basically what the deal was for. I'm guessing all the way back to 2006. I think is when I actually started feeling the effects of this thing. And because that's when I started having panic attacks, and that's when I started doing the outbursts. I always had outbursts, but more of the
they were a little more
very violent.
Yeah.
I was getting really violent thoughts, and I went to a real dark depression, and all this all because I'm not going to get into a big deal of it, but basically there's a lack of dopamine happening in my brain. And that's what causes all this other crap to happen. But I finally got diagnosed properly, and I finally got some good medication on, and I was in a really good space. And I was actually able to play again.
Yeah. And in fact, I remember, even back in tachycardia, you would write parts, and then I remember you saying, oh, my kick drum pedal feels weird. I can't do this part. My kick drum pedal.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
There was another band he was in.
I joined the thrash. I joined the thrash metal band for a little bit. That's right.
Yeah, and the guy has the thought like, oh, maybe it's your pedal. Maybe like
because I noticed. Well, at first it was like I noticed it in my leg first, and I was like, well, you know, I must be out of shape. I need to practice. And then I started practicing a lot. And it wasn't getting any better, and I'm like, well, something's really weird. So I finally I got misdiagnosed. I didn't go to the doctor like I should have.
Yeah, he thought he had a pinched nerve.
Yada yada yada. I finally get diagnosed. I'm on good meds, and so that was instrumental.